Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, Excellencies, Secretary General of ASEAN Secretariat and Ambassador of Norway to ASEAN, Executive Director of ASEAN Center of Energy, ACE, and Vice Chancellor of University Brunei Darussalam. Excellencies, senior leaders, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. A very good morning and warm greetings from Brunei Darussalam. May I begin by thanking ASEAN Center of Energy and our local esteemed University Brunei Darussalam, UBD, for the privilege in addressing today's conference. The continuous collaboration with ACE and the region's higher institutions and research centers is indeed a cooperative spirit that we all like to strengthen towards a dynamic and sustainable regional economic community. It is unfortunate that we are still unable to meet face-to-face for this meeting, with the world still recovering from the unprecedented pandemic faced since late 2019. Nevertheless, I'm pleased that we are able to accomplish yet another milestone with today's inaugural ASEAN International Conference on Energy and Environment, AICEE. We have seen severe challenges and commotions brought upon by the COVID-19 pandemic to the lives and well-being of the people, businesses in the ASEAN region, and the world at large. We have also witnessed the devastating impact of the pandemic on the global energy sector and the world's economy as the world stood still and the energy demand was halted. Hence, unity is important not only for our ASEAN region, but also globally to pull itself together through this pandemic. The uncertainty that this pandemic has brought is a constant reminder that energy security and sustainability need to progress with the changing circumstances. It is critical now more than ever for us to establish a robust system by leveraging on the strong ties between the ASEAN members and key industry players to accelerate efforts in enhancing the resilience of our energy sector, as well as to safeguard the prosperity and welfare of the regional population. Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. In the recently published 6th ASEAN Energy Outlook, the report has shown that the ASEAN region will continue to produce and import fossil fuels to maintain its energy security and meet the energy demand. Fossil fuels remains as a key source of energy in meeting the growing energy demand. Fossil fuels will continue to be vital as they're reliable and accessible to support the goal of inclusive access to energy throughout ASEAN. Brunei Darussalam is committed in ensuring the supply of liquefied natural gas, LNG, as the cleanest fossil fuel options to power the energy growth in ASEAN. LNG remains an affordable and reliable energy source that acts as a greener and cleaner backbone while renewable energy supply in the region catches up, fulfilling the energy demand. Utilization of renewable energy is crucial in upholding the Paris Agreement and the Sustainable Development Goals, and it's also important for ASEAN's energy security by reducing the need for fossil fuel imports. The urgency for climate change mitigations is vital, as we must continue to keep our climate change commitments in view. Therefore, effort towards increasing the share of renewable energy and the pursuit of decarbonization need to be advanced and progress in a much faster pace. By 2025, ASEAN as a whole aims to integrate 23% of renewable energy in the energy mix, and this demonstrates ASEAN's commitment towards low carbon futures. Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. According to ARENA World's Transition Outlook, a pathway for the world to achieve the Paris Agreement goals and halt the pace of climate change is by transforming the global energy landscape. Analysis shows that over 90% of the solutions shaping a successful outcome in 2050 involves renewable energy through direct supply, electrifications, energy efficiency, green hydrogen, and bioenergy combined with carbon capture and storage. Innovative solutions are vital in reshaping the energy system. The necessary deployment of these emerging technologies and innovative solutions will require targeted policies and measures. Innovation and technology continue to be vital in ensuring that we stay right on track with the shift to low carbon energy. An example is carbon capture, utilization and storage, CCUS, which has great potential in reducing the region's carbon emissions through lowering industrial emissions, especially in the oil and gas sector. It is important for us to work together through information sharing, best practices, as well as learnings, in particular on the various economic and practical models for CCUS, government support in terms of policy, as well as other countries' experience towards a sustainable and low carbon economy. In addition to CCUS, we also see the increasing importance of other clean fuels such as hydrogen in our energy mix as part of energy security. Hydrogen is gaining global recognition as a key technology in energy transition and the decarbonization of society. What is needed now is the development of cost-effective and affordable hydrogen infrastructure for generation, storage, and transportation of hydrogen energy, so that its utilization can be universalized and incorporated into daily life, much like that of conventional fossil fuels. As it stands, this will require breakthroughs in technologies and innovative economic models, which will hinge greatly on international collaborations. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we may still have a long way to go, however, going forward. I strongly believe that the strong collaboration between ASEAN member states and other strategic partners will continue to play a key role and further strengthen our capability in realizing the future of low carbon energy transition. It is my big hope that this conference will be the first of many collaborative efforts to achieve our aspiration. Thank you very much.
Your Excellency, Datuk Lim Jock Hoi, Secretary General of ASEAN. Your Excellency, Datuk Paduka Dr. Awang Haji Matsuni bin Haji Muhammad Hussein, the Ministers of Energy Brunei Darussalam. Your Excellency, Mr. Kjell Tormod Petersen, the Norway Ambassadors to ASEAN, distinguished guests, participants, and colleagues. This first ASEAN International Conference on Energy and Environment, or in short we call it AICEE, represent our triple helix collaboration between governments, private sectors, and academicians, as well as research institutes. It is vital to develop the fast-growing region's energy sectors with the perspective of more sustainable approach. The main theme of this year's conference is ASEAN energy transition with resiliency in the post-pandemic climate change era, reflecting the current strategy to face the stage for energy transition under the global issues of pandemic as well as climate change. The energy transition strategy, which can provide a secure, resilient, and affordable energy supply while maintaining environmental sustainability. The conferences is happened by the strong support from Brunei Darussalam as a host and co-hosted by the ASEAN Center for Energy and University Brunei Darussalam as an official academic partners, and of course the MG event organizers. AICEE will be the platform to gather the latest research finding and innovation through presentation and discussion on energy, environment, and related issues pertinent in Southeast Asia region and beyond. We also delighted to announce that the conference paper will be published on the IUP conference series, The Earth and Environmental Science. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like also to convey my sincere gratitude to our keynote speakers and steering committee members. Dr. Joyce Teo Siu Yan, the Assistant Vice Chancellor and Vice President on Global Affairs, University Brunei Darussalam. Dr. Ethel Agnes Pascua Valenzuela, the Executive Director of CIMEO. And a great appreciation as well to our prominent invited speakers, Professor Sabir Giwala from King Mongkut University of Technology Thonburi, Thailand, Professor Taufik from California Polytech, United States, Dr. Haji Abdul Hanif bin Dato Paduka Haji Mahadi, from University of Brunei Darussalam. Last but not least, we would like to thank to the ASEAN Climate Change and Energy Project, or ASEP, for the support to this event as well as publication process. I hope that this conference continue to become an excellent platform to discuss research findings, studies, and policies, and facilitate a fruitful dialogue in sharing knowledge, values, and collaboration. May the forum be successful and enjoyable. Thank you very much.
Your Excellency, Dr. Lim Jokoy, Secretary General of ASEAN Secretariat, Dr. Nyuki Adria Utama, Executive Director of ACE, Dr. Edel Agnes Pasqua Valenzuela, Executive Director of CENIO, Ms. Marigail Di Sagond, Head of Energy and Minerals Division of ASEAN Secretariat, members of the first AICEE Organizing Committee and Scientific Committee, senior officers from Ministry of Energy Brunei Darussalam, ladies and gentlemen, good morning and salam sejahtera. It gives me great pleasure to welcome all of you to this important global conference, the first and inaugural ASEAN International Conference on Energy and Environment. This conference is co-hosted by ASEAN Center for Energy, Ministry of Energy of Brunei Darussalam, and University Brunei Darussalam. This event is also supported by the ASEAN Climate Change and Energy Project. I'm very encouraged to see so many experts and scholars in energy and environment gather here today, albeit via a virtual platform to discuss on the theme, ASEAN Energy Transition with Resiliency in the Post-Pandemic Climate Change Era. This conference theme is the most appropriate and timely for us to discuss about the integrated approach, not only in terms of finding the right energy mix for our needs, but also to underline energy's interrelationship with virtually all the global challenges and opportunities we face, as well as the need for partnership to put a new energy agenda to work. As an economics practitioner myself, I'm excited to highlight on the sustainable development because of the undeniable symbiosis that binds energy with the climate change agenda in particular. I firmly believe that they are the two sides of the same coin. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, I would propose that over the course of your discussions and deliberations today to consider the incorporation of these 2 points. First, greater investment into energy efficiency. To mitigate climate change, we need to optimize energy efficiency, forge ahead with renewable energy, and make technology transfer a reality. This is the boost the world needs for a new green industrial revolution. Second, global partnership for energy. We need the business leaders, communities, and the experts together to collaborate on energy issues. This kind of broad partnership is crucial. In UBD, we are also committed to pursue the challenges in energy and climate change. We will look into the energy and climate change matters with our innovative research strategies in creating knowledge and new technologies. This is done by incorporating translational research, which brings to new scientific ideas into energy applications where we have succeeded and continue our efforts in impactful research areas, focusing towards green energy, such as green hydrogen production and storage, catalysis, solar energy, wind turbine, and energy policy. We have dedicated research centers and groups which concentrate on energy research, such as the Center for Advanced Material and Energy Sciences, CAMS, and the Catalysis Research Group. As Brunei's national university, regarding energy education for the future generation, UBD also incorporates issues of energy and environment into our curriculums. Before I close these remarks, I also would like to take this opportunity to thank tremendous support of 3 persons who have worked extremely hard behind the scene in the past 4 months, namely Mr. Benny of ACEPT, Dr. Andy Kilda of ACE, and Dr. Hanif bin Datomadi of UBD, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, I understand that you have a full and challenging conference agenda today, and I don't want to take too much of your time. Last but not least, energy matters. It matters for sustainable development, economic growth, and combating climate change. We need long-term solutions to the world's energy needs, and these can only be achieved through working together. Thank you once again, and salam sejahtera.